Make this the year to start your online business. There's no more room for excuses, no more room for BS, getting in your own way. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. Plain and simple. Yes, we can have our doubts. There are always trials and tribulations. Life does get in the way. But honestly, anything that's worth of any value is worth doing and seeing progression. So if you're thinking of starting that website, that YouTube channel, blog, social media page, why not do it? What's the excuse? What's holding you back? I've made that mistake many times with different projects over the years that I wanted to start. Always getting in my own head, getting in my own way. And then eventually when I do start it, yes, it takes a while to grow, but if you do things the right way, you'd be surprised how quickly it can grow. And then you'll begin to wonder, what was I afraid of in the first place? Yes, it's not easy, that's guaranteed. But it's when you feel uncomfortable and when you're afraid, that's where you'll see growth. And that's where things will truly start to shine for you. Because you'll learn a lot about yourself, you'll learn a lot about what you are capable of, what you can do, what you're willing to tolerate, and you will be surprised at what you can achieve. Because the older we get, the less we are willing to tolerate. But we also have to make that excuse with ourselves, because if we don't tolerate stuff from other people, we also have to accept that from ourselves. Stop making excuses. Stop looking for ways to avoid different situations. Stop burying your head in the sand. It's now or never. There are so many different avenues, however, if you do want to start a business online, make no mistake. But you do want to find something you're passionate about. But also you have to think of other people, because how are you going to make money? You have to be willing to provide value and look at what you can do to help others in need. If you can think of it from that point of view, then you have a better chance of seeing success. You want to build a community and then provide a solution or a service to cater to those people that are looking for that information that only you can provide. And while there is a lot of saturation in different niches, which there is, but you can still carve out your own place. You can still find your own little corner and build it out. It will take time, but when you become the authority in that area, you will be that go-to person. But if you sit back and do nothing, well, nothing's going to happen. So you have to ask yourself a lot of questions. But most importantly, what are you hung up on? What's stopping you from really taking that next leap? Write it down on a piece of paper, write it on a notepad, write it on your computer. Look at it and ask yourself those questions. And even write down the answers and the reasons as to why or what could be holding you back. And then ask yourself, is this viable? Is this reasonable? And why are these elements holding me back? Because you can guarantee that a lot of these things are not that important. You really are just getting in your own way. But if you're not sure where to start off with something simple. Set up a social media page and just start posting about stuff that you like. If people resonate with what you're doing, you can grow a following pretty quickly. A lot of people do it all the time. But again, you have to do it in a way that also relates to what other people like. And you will find that audience, because when it comes to social media platforms, the truth is that your audience is already there. You just have to find them. And you can only do that by putting in the work, allowing yourself to make those mistakes, trial and error, overcome those challenges, and eventually you'll see light at the end of the tunnel. But like I said, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. But if you want to take things further, you can build up your presence online, say through social media. If you want to get more involved on camera, you can set up a TikTok account or a YouTube channel. If you want to do writing, you can set up a blog. While there is a lot of them out there, I wouldn't discount it, because if you're into writing and you want to explore ideas but even showcase your own personality, writing could also be a good way to go. And there's so many different platforms available that you can even get started with for free that allow you to build websites or even to distribute your own digital products or services. Like you could sign up for affiliate marketing to promote other services. You could create your own through other platforms like Amazon, KDP, Audible, where you could do audiobooks. You could create your own ebooks, word searches. Like, you can make money from anything you can think of, because the platforms and the resources are there at your disposal. But it's up to you on what you decide to use. But if you do decide to choose something, go all in on it and try and stick with it for as long as you possibly can. Right, there's no guarantees that everything will work. I can attest to that. But even if something doesn't work, or if something fails, don't necessarily think of it as game over. Don't necessarily think of it as a failure in general, because in those failures you will learn a lot of skills and a lot of experiences, because you'll know what not to do the next time. The key is to keep trying, pick yourself up, keep moving forward, and you will be surprised at what you can achieve. There's so much potential and there's so much value that's out there in the world if you're willing to look for it. And like I said, there's so many resources and tools and services at your disposal, both free and paid. You even do have mentors that can teach you and help you to fast track certain avenues so that you can see success that little bit quicker, if that's something you want to do. Now, only if you can afford it, mind you, because I will say there's no sense in bankrupting yourself or putting yourself in debt just to try something with the aim to make it work. If you don't have the money, you can set up a website for free, you can start a YouTube channel for free and just start posting and figuring things out. And in time, when you become more familiar with different avenues, then you can level up your skills. You can pay for a course, you can acquire a mentor if you can afford it, mind you, because things are expensive. You also want to make sure that you use your due diligence to ensure that you're picking the right avenue, the right mentor, because not all of the information that you see online is valid. Yes, there is a lot of really good information, but there's also a lot of people out there that don't have your best interests at heart. So you need to do your research and to look into what's right for you. If you feel like something's off, you don't enter it at all. But if you feel like it's the right thing for you, then you can give it a go. But just be mindful. That's all I'm going to say, because I learned that myself. But it's not all bad. You'll find that when you start to see progress, you'll be amazed at the results you can achieve. Just pick one avenue, stick with it for a while, see how it goes, learn the skills, get confident at it. And if you do become good enough at it, then you can be able to potentially teach that skill to other people. Because we as people love to hear stories, but we also love to hear about other people's perspectives on things. Yes, at the same time, we don't like change, which a lot of us don't. And most of us usually think that there's only one way to do things, and you'll usually be told that if you try to do something different. But don't worry about that, because there's never one possible solution to a problem. There's multiple solutions if you know where to look. But you'll find your own way of doing things. You might even find an easier way of doing things that other people haven't talked about before. And that's where you can stand out from the crowd. Be unique, be authentic, and provide value. And the rest will take care of itself. And if you want more guidance on some of the other avenues that you can take in order to set up a business online, or whatever format you're looking to involve yourself in, then you can check out this next video right here.